We're live.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 1 of The Gigs and Rig Show.
The Gigs and Rig Show.
Boy, oh boy.
We're back.
We are back.
Hello.
We are back. 2026.
I've missed you lot. And Lilybet over there as well.
Yes.
It's been too long.
Yeah.
Yes. So hello, everyone.
Hello, the internet.
I'm Dan.
I'm Jake.
I'm Joe.
And on the knobs.
Lizzie.
Lizzie with the knobs.
Hope you're all amazing. Hope you've all had a great break. So this is The Gigs and Rig Show, episode 1, with some very professional rebranding. Check it out.
Look at that.
We've got some snazzy camera angles. Go on, Lizzie. Snazzy camera angle number 1.
Number 1.
I mean, it's just that, and that's it.
It's the future.
Yeah.
Production value has gone up
So
from 0 to 10
well, not really.
pounds.
Oh, can I just say we've got BV as
Yes,
well?
BV.
Be the baby.
He's
dear
back.
friend BV, looking after the chat and making sure that everyone is good. So, and just so you know, BV, I don't have my phone. So
Me neither.
Any
Nor do
text
I.
that you send, we won't know. But Lizzie is watching the screens and she's making sure that, anything you need. But yes, so everyone, welcome. What we're going to be doing is every Wednesday at 4 p.m., which is now same bat time, same
Right
bat
here,
channel.
Right now. Right here.
We're going to be looking at what's new in the world of pedals and rigs and anything that's got to do with that. We're also going to be looking at gigs and recording and making music and what actually helps us in that world. I've sort of, over Christmas, I did some analog gigs at the end of last year, and I've had some revelations.
Cool.
Yeah. So, and I've, as I'm sure you guys have, but it's
Breaking
like
hearts or whatever.
none of that. But it's 70s prog, mate.
Changing
but
lives.
anyway, and I just think it's worthwhile having those conversations, and anything that we can do to help and encourage people to actually take all this amazing gear and actually make music.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
For sure.
So I want to have a look at that, and also talk about some of the gigs that we've seen, some of the gigs that are coming up. You guys have got gigs happening on the weekend.
Yeah, we're gigging this Friday, actually, aren't we?
Yep.
Playing in Reading
Nice.
at the Face Bar. But yeah, we've got quite a busy year already
Nice.
with sort of touring bits in March, April, and May. So we've got a big one already, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah,
Nice.
should be good, yeah.
Yeah, but so Robin Ford's playing tonight and tomorrow night. Then he's moving to Italy to make me sad. But
Wow.
I'm going down tomorrow night to see him. But anyway, all of that stuff. So we're going to keep you abreast of what's going on in the pedal world. Of course, we'll be talking about all things gig rig, and we'll be answering any of your questions. There's lots of very interesting stuff coming up for us this year. It's going to be a really fun year. Last year, let's just quickly recap on last year. We put a little video out saying thank you to everyone. Last year was really interesting for us because it was a tough year, and I think for a lot of people it was a tough year. But we worked out. Gig rig has grown, and with that comes challenges, and we sort of got our heads around all of that stuff and got to a point where we're really happy with the new releases and, sort of really back in the game this year. So I'm really excited about, everything that's coming up. And to celebrate all that, and also to say thank you to everyone for an amazing 20 years of you guys who can be bothered to sit down and just hang out with us for an hour, and all the amazing customers and stuff built this rig, which is, I just love this. Watch this. Here you go.
The power of MIDI.
You could probably go on camera too for that one, is he? Just, there you go. Look.
Cinematic
Whoa.
Look
pause.
at that.
The power of MIDI.
Isn't that great?
Motorized faders.
This is this is an Atom pedal board. When you guys, I don't know if you remember, but when we launched the original Pedalboard series, I did a board build for Johnny Marr, which was very similar to this. And it was similar in the sense that it was an Atom board on a small single, but really packed a lot of stuff in there. But utilizing the MIDI from the Atom, this is such a powerful rig. And we're going to have a look at a video in a minute about the build and all that sort of stuff, so you guys can see, what's gone into it. But how are we looking, Lizzie? Who's on? Any questions?
We have so many lovely people with us.
Beautiful.
And all over the world as well, from Brixton to Nova Scotia, Colorado.
Wow, sweet home Colorado.
We get about.
Nice.
Seattle, the Amber Valley, Vancouver. So it's
Amazing.
really lovely. North Carolina.
Beautiful.
Good morning and or good afternoon.
There's quite a lot of appreciation for your choices of mugs on the table.
Oh, you like those?
Hey.
People are
Cheers.
liking those.
This one is from Soundgas, which is a lovely Space Echo.
As is this.
What have you got? Oh, so we've both got Space Echoes.
Yeah.
This one is from Led Zeppelin.
There you go. Well, that'll do.
This is a lovely mug from Led Zeppelin.
We don't have any mug merch. TPS has got strong mug
You're
game.
always boasting.
I know.
No, yeah, you're right. We need that should be one of our 2026 resolutions, up our mug game
Yes.
instead of just us 3 mugs.
Yes. The mugseteers.
Oh,
There it is.
There you
go.
There it is.
All right. So let's kick things off. We're going to show you a build video about this board, so you can hear it in action and see what went into it. And then after that, we'll take some questions from the chat.
From the chat.
Brilliant. All right, good sir.
Roll
Lizzie,
VT.
if you wouldn't
Yay.
mind, roll VT. Okay, starting with the switcher. This is the Atom S. We're going to do the bottom row behind here. I've taken the top tier off, and we'll do that in a second, but the bottom row is going to look like Universal Astra. Boss plug out. Both of these are stereo. All the connections from the Synco up here, and just in this little space here, the Golden Fleece from Mythos. Beautiful. Right. And on the top tier, it's going to look like this. Delay and reverbs. The mighty Source Audio Collider. Absolutely love this thing. And check that out. Preamp Mark II automaton. This board is going to be so awesome. We've got 3 stereo pedals here, and each loop of the Atom can either be mono or stereo using TRS. So I'm going to have the last 3 loops as stereo. First loop, I'm going to have the fuzz, which the Mythos fuzz. It's just a really handy, really fantastic sounding fuzz. And also it means that you can combine the fuzz with the overdrives and things in the Preamp Mark II, which is sounds really killer. So I'm going to have the fuzz in loop 1. I'm going to have the Preamp Mark II in, doesn't really matter, loop 2. Loop 3, I'm going to have a guest loop, and that will go at the back of the Synco. So the Synco is the little patch bay. So all the connections, your inputs, guest loop, and stereo outs will be at the back here. And then plug out loop 4, Astra, loop 5, Collider, loop 6. Really cool thing about this board, I mean, it's going to be so powerful. The sounds that you're going to be able to get out of this thing, especially in stereo, are going to be epic. But man, it's so compact. The MIDI capabilities of the Atom controlling especially these 2, and the whole thing is going to be powered by the DheGigRigDan Gen X8, which will sit underneath here. Okay, let's get going. Okay, here it is. it's all done. What a killer rig. Let's have a listen. We'll try the Golden Fleece first. So here's our bypass sound. It's just so clean. Okay, fuzz. Wow. Okay, preamp Mark 2. Amazing. I've got it set up so that if I hit that button again, it goes to a different sound in a hidden preset. Wow, that is killer. Okay, let's try, what do we got? I think this is the Astra. Fabulous. Let's try the plug out, which I think is in 4. Sounds amazing. Okay, let's, oh, the collider. So, honestly, the collider is just, what an astonishing sounding thing. Beautiful, and the delay. Let's try that fuzz with a bit of that delay. Absolutely awesome. Board sounds fantastic. So, obviously we're giving this away. Just a way to say thank you to everyone for all your support over the past 20 years. Join us for the Gigs and Rigs show. Here we go. Look at this. The Gigs and Rigs show. Join us for the Gigs and Rigs show. We'll tell you what you need to do. It's really simple. Doesn't cost you anything. But yeah, this is one very, very tidy pedalboard. Brilliant. Thank you. There you have it.
Boom, there it is.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, I'll give you details on how you can win that in a bit. It's really simple. Actually, I'll give you the details now. Should I give the details
what
now?
a boomerang that
no.
was.
Going off piece.
Oh, no.
Actually,
going
that's
off
not
piece.
professional, isn't it? Because it's supposed to be, if you just, we'll tell you right at the end after these messages from our sponsors.
Do you like sleeping on mattresses?
It's a new bed.
Okay.
From beds
Yeah, so
and more.
that's the board. It's astonishing. One thing that, and we were just saying while the video is playing, the Source Audio Collider, it's such a special.
It's incredible.
It is such a special thing.
And I think the UI, the design of the UI as well.
Yeah.
One
Please jump on camera 2 for us. So this is it, this one here, and it's a delay reverb, and yeah, amazing analog drive through. Yeah, it's just fabulous.
Very cool.
Yeah, and so the board's set up in stereo as well. Yeah, so whoever wins this is going to be very, very happy.
Mm-hmm.
Details after these messages. So,
Real fake doors.
any questions and things yet?
I've got lots of questions that have come through. There's
Okay.
a lot of love for the board, a lot of
brilliant.
hopeful people out there. So the first question was actually, is the US eligible for the giveaway?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like Australia, New Zealand, Canada, America, Europe. It's all,
It's all groovy, baby.
everyone is not going to go to the Congo
Oh,
and
damn it.
not Russia, and just because you can't, it's impossible to
Yeah.
ship there. But yeah, or everyone that has any interest in this stuff,
You're
yes,
eligible.
You're eligible. You're eligible. And there may or may not be some other prizes we throw in at the end.
Whoa.
Yeah, we'll see.
Dramatic.
We'll see.
This is new for us.
Yeah. Cool Hands Cam has said, I have a stereo verb in loops 11 to 12, mono verb in 10, and mono delay in 9. In parallel times 4, if I wanted to stack the verbs, would loops 1 to 9 be path A, mono verb path B, stereo verb path C?
So anything in parallel, you're going to have, it's either A, B, C, and D. So those are the ways that you stack it, and you give it a separate parallel line. So that's right. The instructions are pretty clear, but I am going to do a more in-depth video because the parallel times 4 feature in the Gig Rig, and the Atom has it as well. Atom's the same. It is so powerful. So I'll do a bit more of an in-depth video, but that is correct. That is correct.
Thank you. And from Tom Poynton, did you catch the limited Game Changer recoder pedal that launched in December? Already looks like this year's wildest pedal.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
did.
were sort of drooling at that. It looks really cool, doesn't it?
Very cool. Spectral morpher, I think is what it's called. So it's like a super interesting granular / vocoder.
Right.
Shall I
where
find a
you
little
can-
video for the people that
Find
don't
a
know?
little video.
Keep
So
talking.
You can basically load in samples, and then the samples are used like a vocoder with your guitar.
Okay.
So if you imagine you could have a synth, you could use the spectral information of that synth and use it as a vocoder against your guitar.
Oh, yes. Okay. That
So
makes
it's like
sense.
properly out there, but
Because I did watch the
very cool.
videos, but it was like, huh?
as Game Changer do.
Yeah.
Should we watch a little bit
So
of
a
this?
quick look at it.
Yeah, I've got a little clip.
The word recorder isn't exactly a typo. It's actually a combination of the words recorder and vocoder, because that's essentially what this pedal does. It lets you record any musical phrase or audio sample, store it on one of its 234 alphabetically organized memory slots, and then use that little recording as a sort of a moving filter or spectral donor that you can morph together with your instrument. And the coolest thing about the recorder is that it is essentially the ultimate mystery box by design, because each player will get a completely different set of results.
Well, there you go. That just gives you a little bit of an insight into what it is.
What I always love about that video is when he's playing the recorder at the start and he laughs.
You can't keep
he
it,
laughs
yeah.
into it.
Yeah,
It's very me energy.
It's classic Game Changer, just doing
Yeah,
game
so
changing
doing
things.
very much
the
their own
game.
thing. Yeah. Any other questions, Lizzie?
About the board, it has been asked if the board is steel or aluminium.
The board is aluminium. Yeah, the board is aluminium. The new lids are a very light steel, just so that they're sturdy.
I
but
think the
board itself is
walls
aluminium.
aren't these inserts steel. Didn't we go with steel with them at the end as well?
There's steel inserts here where the hinges sit.
Yeah, I thought so.
Just inside here, but the board, the board's aluminium.
Because we spent forever being like, well, where can we lose weight?
Yeah.
Okay, we've lost weight there. Oh, we need to reinforce that,
Yeah.
etc. When we were R&Ding it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Composite.
And Mellow Fellow 7 has said, how would you recommend using something like the Latchmo with a Keeley Halo?
Okay. So the Keeley Halo has got some really cool remote switching features, and you can assign it. So the latch mode can be an external tap tempo, so you can set the latch mode to be momentary. If you have a latch mode double, you can have one side being the tap tempo, the other side being on and off. Yeah, but there's a bunch of things there's some hidden features in that Halo that I think are worth looking at because it's so cool. Yeah. But yeah, there's a bunch of different ways, but that would be either as a remote tap tempo or tap tempo on one side, remote on and off on the other. The cool thing about that is if you want to use the Halo in the effects loop of your amplifier, you can have the Halo sat on your amp
Yeah,
and
cool.
just
Very
run
cool.
the latch
That's a
mode
cool
down to the stage. Yeah.
Nice.
Groovy. And
rock and
last one for now, Lizzie Bet.
Yep. We have Adams asking, will you guys get the Dumblifier? Would be cool to see an Ampless build challenge or setup.
What a segue.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to have a look at some pedals now, and the Dumblifier
That's
is one
the
of them.
first one on the list.
So the Simplifier from DSM Humboldt
That's right.
is a super cool analog amp simulator that has, DI apps and all that sort of stuff. And loads of people love it. I thought it was really cool. This new version is their take on a Dumble type pedal. And it's great. Let's have a look.
Should we hear it?
Let's have a look. Beautiful.
Sweet.
So,
Delicious.
Your
yeah.
thoughts, Daniel?
Yeah.
Thoughts, Joseph?
I
Last-
think
Like you guys.
it's good. It's good times. I think it's a great interface. I think it's really well designed. Not too much, not too little.
Yeah, I think it
times.
looks awesome.
We saw a slew of ampless interfaces. So from Milkman, that thing was really cool. Friedman,
Tone King's very popular.
the Tone
See
King.
that a lot.
Sorry, that's
The
what I was
Imperial-
saying. That's what I
the
meant. The Tone King
Imperial.
Imperial, not Milkman. Tone King Imperial.
I think you're right. I think Milkman might do one though.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Can't say
Anyway,
fight
but
about it.
I was thinking of the Tone King Imperial. This for me is very stiff competition.
Yeah, it sounds magnificent.
Yeah. Yeah, but the look of it, I think they got that right.
Yeah,
the
agreed.
interface is really easy to understand. It's really compact.
Yeah.
But it's not like lacking anything.
No, it's great.
Right
I
in
like
the middle.
aesthetically, it's like a
Yeah.
homage to the.
And what's
Double
really
the
cool
crack
is they've
knobs and
been
the grill.
doing. These guys have been doing the ampless thing for a long
Yeah.
time. It's their bag, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So they're not. It's not a thing they're adding to their.
Because it's a popular trend, and they go, "We'll chuck one of
They're
those
like,
out."
no, we've been doing this a long time. We really know how to do it. Let's, you guys like the a Dumble. Let's do that. So it's really, really clever. Really clever. How
And
much is it?
It is £519
Okay.
from Anderton's in the UK.
Nice. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
They
pretty
won't last
competitive.
long.
Pretty competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Does it have reverb built in?
Yes.
It does. Oh,
cool.
That's it.
And compression. I'm pretty sure that
Yeah.
clip when it
Comp
said it had.
clean.
Yeah, I think that's all 100% the
Amazing.
pedal. So
Yeah. Fab. Fab. Okay.
Sweet.
What else we got?
Next up, I want to talk about the. I keep forgetting what they're called. Snack series. That's it from Collision.
Yeah.
Have
Incredible.
you seen these?
No.
So
times.
Collision devices, sort of, are in two camps of either really gross fuzz or really cool ambient stuff, and they have done 3 mini pedals that they've called their snack series.
Okay.
So they've done a fuzz, a pitch shifter, and a delay, but the enclosure is really cool. It's got like a div in the back, so you've got an expression and the input and out,
Right.
and it's really small, low profile. But I will play some clips,
Yeah,
make
yeah,
some
let's have a
noises. I'm going to cut through this video a little bit because it's really long, so I'll give you a little example of each of the 3 of them. But yeah, they sound wonderful.
Personally, I think anyone that's going to market a pedal wearing a boiler suit and a hockey mask
Too right, yeah.
is very in touch with the modern world
Yeah, agreed.
and with everything that's going on.
Yes,
I think it's
yeah.
great. They sound fabulous. I
Don't-
love the design of it.
Yeah.
That wedge thing with the expression pedal on
Yeah.
the bottom.
Super cool.
It's
And
very cool.
they're just really interesting takes as well. Like the pitch shifter has like a lag control, so you can
You get the whammy one type thing.
exactly.
Oh.
Right the way over to the earthquake.
Organizer.
Organizer.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. And all three of them have a knob that says magic.
Right.
And I'm not entirely sure what that does.
Oh, yeah,
and in the
magic
manual,
knob.
it just it says like
Somewhere.
this adds magic. So
Yeah.
I'm sure it adds more chaos. But you can assign expression
We
to anything.
heard
as
Lizzie's
well.
chuckle.
Yeah. I try to talk over that, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the pitch shifter can probably do Rainbow Machine.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, really?
I think that's
Okay.
I think you could probably get pretty close with that.
Oh, amazing. They look fantastic.
They
Yeah,
look
so
incredible.
cool.
You know what? One thing that I do love about a lot of these
There you go.
smaller builders is that they've gone the whole hog with their enclosure design. Jake, do me a favor. Pass me the water box, the more or less, and the power supply. So, obviously one thing that we do, every single enclosure that we make, everything is custom, right? And as much of the design, like the design for our power supply took years, and all the elements, but everything, getting the enclosures right,
Yeah.
so that the UI feels right, the way that you react with it feels right. This takes me back to that era of the 70s when you've got things like the Maestro phaser
Yeah.
and the Mutrons,
Yeah.
where they had the enclosures were these magnificent feats of engineering.
They look like 1970s industrial design. Like,
Absolutely.
it looks like it could
It looked like
control-
someone gave a shit. No, it does.
Yeah.
As opposed to, don't get me wrong, I love all the little boxes.
But another Hammond box.
But
Yeah.
yeah, Hammond box, amazing.
yeah.
My old MXR stuff is still Hammond boxes. But I love it when companies go, oh, let's be
I
funky
see it like
with
I
this.
see it just like food. You do eat with your eyes as much as you eat
With your
mouth-
face.
With your face.
Yeah.
Sorry, you had a stroke there. It's the same with pedals. If a pedal looks awful, it makes the sound of it sound that way.
Yeah. And you said when we were watching the video, they look like sort of like 500
Yeah,
series.
it's got that kind of
Can picture them on a shelf in a studio as well. Yeah, very cool.
and presets. I didn't realize it had 3 presets.
Yeah, and presets. And
That is cool.
have a guess how much per unit?
£7,000.
165 euros.
So good.
Are you joking?
Yeah, 165
That's so good.
euros.
Bargain.
Isn't it just?
Lizzie's
My
in.
birthday next Tuesday, I'm just saying.
Lizzie's in. Is it
I'm
really?
just saying, yeah. 31.
Stop it.
Yeah,
Okay.
We've got-
Next.
We do have a whole load of questions.
Okay.
If you wanna do
Do a quick
How we
fire
do?
round.
Quick fire round. Let's
We're
go.
at 20
Do you want to know
almost
where
25
they can
minutes.
send me birthday presents to? Is that
well,
it?
that is the number one.
Yeah, I
answer
thought so.
question. What's the name of the pedal with the faders and how does it work? Sounds-
Okay. So this is camera 2, Lizzie.
Sorry.
This
Tomato tone.
This is the tomato tone. This is the automatone, and it's a collab between Chase Bliss Audio and Benson. Now, they don't make these anymore. And the secondhand ones are going for a fortune because there is some, I think it's a Roche thing.
Yeah, that's
They
right.
couldn't get around.
It's
So-
light resistant diodes, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
That juncture, that vacuum
Correct.
juncture.
So what this is, it's an all analog, MIDI controllable overdrive pedal. And the motorized faders, this is what I love about the motorized faders, is that it's WYSIWYG.
WYSIWYG.
What
You
you
heard it here
see,
first,
what you see
WYSIWYG.
is what you get. So you can look down at the pedal and you can tell exactly what's going on. It is astonishing. And Chase Bliss Audio and Benson, I put in that camp of absolute pioneers of modern day pedal engineering.
Yeah.
This is yes.
I really want us to bring out a device that's called the WYSIWYG. I just think that would be so cool. I
Yes.
love that name.
Yeah, I think we should.
It took me 10 years to get latch mode to happen, so
Yeah, and
On
what
our
would be the
30th
graphic?
anniversary.
Like a clown having a wee behind a bus or
A
something.
WYSIWYG. Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
That's it.
anyway,
Yeah, so
Oh,
it's
dear.
astonishing overdrive pedal.
yeah, amazing.
I just want to interlude by saying there's quite a few people joining a bit later, and just to let them know that we haven't yet spoken about what you need to do.
You've all
Okay.
missed it. You've all
Oh,
missed it.
sorry,
You were
too late.
late
So that
and
will
you've
come.
missed it.
Yeah. So it will come. It will
Stick
come.
around.
Okay, next.
From Joseph, how do you connect the MIDI to the Astra USB straight to G3 Atom?
Oh, so I can send you a link. The guys at UA got in touch and showed me a little interface.
Yeah.
That because it uses the micro USB, mini USB
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
It's like the GM Pro or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Little box.
Yeah.
that-
Yeah, that's
It's like
right.
they're like 40 quid.
Yeah.
And it works. We did have, bless him, one of our amazing G3 users did they posted on the G3 page, did a super detailed thing about the ins and outs of using G3 with the UA stuff. So it does work. There's a few little things that I think they'll probably update at some point, but yeah, that's how you do it. And I'll post a link on. Where shall I post a link? Lizzie, where will I post a link?
You will post a link
Bebo.
somewhere available for everybody to find.
MySpace.
We will.
Bebo.
I will. In the comments, we'll come back.
In the
and we'll do it.
comments. I'll post a link in the comment section. All right.
And last one at this moment. I'm getting lag between presets on the Collider when switching around on G3. Should I just CC instead of MIDI?
Sorry, say that again.
So you're getting lag between presets.
Yeah, on the Collider.
So depending on the pedal, there is often a little lag that happens as it receives a MIDI program change and then reads that and then changes
It loads
the program.
all of the program.
So it
and
goes,
then-
oh, okay,
Yeah.
right, you want me over there? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I'm in now.
Yeah.
I get the same thing with my Zoya. I get it with a bunch of other pedals.
Yeah.
It's just, unfortunately, there is a moment where it will go. What did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, MIDI expression in particular with a lot of pedals, you find that they get overwhelmed if you're trying to do a whammy-esque, super
Sure.
quick pitch shifty thing with an expression pedal. It's like some devices get overwhelmed with
Yeah.
the switching.
The MIDI coming from G3 is instant, and we can show that in a utilities tool thing where you can see on a screen as the information is coming through. As soon as you press that foot switch, bang, the MIDI's there. So
Yeah, you lot know what
And the data's
nerds
gone.
we are in particular with this sort of stuff. And I sat down with our software guy and I was like, oh, it's lagging, the expression's lagging, this isn't usable, we need to work on this mic. And then he really humbled me and he was like, I'm fine, what I'm doing is fine, it's everyone else who showed me. Fair enough.
yeah. Yes.
Can I just quickly ask,
Yeah.
will the Pedalboard giveaway be extended to South America as well?
Will it be extended to South America? South America's, it's tricky. Will it be extended to South America? Go on then.
Sure.
I think it's doable.
Yeah.
Go on
it's
then.
doable.
We'll make it happen.
You can
Yeah.
tell us four don't deal with the shipping here.
Yeah, teen.
Sorry,
teens
teen.
Not happy.
If you're listening, team,
Yeah.
in the comments if you'd let us know.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
As you were.
Okay.
As you
What's
were.
next?
We have Joe, the Electro-Harmonix.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is
interesting.
fascinating.
Should we show and
Yeah,
then
let's
talk?
let's show.
Show then
and
tell.
Have you ever wanted to run an audio track from your DAW through your favorite pedal or even your entire pedal board? Ever wished your favorite plugin existed as a real pedal you could use live? Now you can with the Effects Interface hardware plugin from Electro-Harmonix. Your pedals, your plugins, your tracks all working together live or in the studio. Let's go. The Effects Interface hardware plugin has three distinct modes of operation. First, there is audio mode, where you can send any audio track from your DAW straight through your favorite pedals without a maze of cables or converters. This is a fast and easy way to instantly turn your pedals into outboard gear with just a single USB-C connection. Next, we've got Pedalboard mode. This lets you use software plugins from your computer like real pedals. Just load up any plugin or group of plugins and engage them in real time with the foot switch just like your other pedals. This is a perfect way to bring your favorite plugins to your live rig. Third, it can also act as an extremely portable, high-quality 2-in, 2-out audio interface, which would be great for mobile recordings or quick sessions. Now let's dive in and check it out. Here I have a Pro Tools session open.
There you go.
Let's not dive in and check it out because we're
For-
going to talk about it.
For me, it's the first thing. It's interfacing into your computer
Yeah.
and plugging your your old phaser or whatever it is and using it as outboard gear.
Yeah.
And it's not that you couldn't do that before. It's like, so on the Universal Audio stuff, you can send and return in the loop. And so it was doable, but that
addresses that issue
it
just
makes
as a
it
specific
super,
job.
super easy.
It makes it really simple.
Yeah.
It makes it a way easier user interface. You don't have to mess around thinking about impedances and things, loading pedals, all that kind of stuff. It just makes it easy. So I think it's a great, it's one of those things that all of us have kind of dealt with, and it kind of addresses all the shortcomings in a really simple
it's
device,
brilliant.
and it's great.
I'll tell you what, Electro-Harmonix, I mean, I've always loved them as a company. Some of my, the pedal that was responsible for starting this company 20 years ago is the Electric Mistress by Electro-Harmonix, from 1976. Memory Man, still one of my favorite delays of all time, astonishing sounding thing. But they've kept on pushing it. I remember when they came out, there's a new series. Oh, when that the reverb came out, the what's it called? That was one knob.
The Holy Grail.
The Holy Grail. When that came out. And I heard it and I was like, because I'd heard digital reverbs at that point. I'm like, but I heard
Womp
that
womp.
and it was fabulous.
Yeah.
And then they brought out the Ravi Sitar.
Sitar, that's it.
Yeah.
And which was a pedal that could make it like a sitar sound. But what it did that was brilliant is you could choose the drone tones.
Yeah.
So as you play a sitar, there are certain things that will resonate and drone. And what I loved about it is you'd pick these notes, and as you play through them, the notes would ping and drone, but then you could turn the sitar effect off. So as you're playing through, you could pick the chord tones, and as you play through them, they would ring behind the.
Right.
It was freaking wild. And his engineers have just always been pushing it.
Super
And so
Ego.
really-
Super ego, yeah, agreed.
Super
Ego's
ego.
Was on our boards for so
Back
long.
on my board.
It's just amazing.
So
Yeah, it's back on my
massive
board.
props to Mike Matthews and everyone at
And
Electro-Harmonix.
sorry, we didn't say the words Big Muff as well. Full stop.
yeah.
I mean, full stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. So those guys just keep killing it. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right. And lastly,
and the last one.
we have a
Our-
certain reverb
Yes,
from a certain
from a
Mr.
certain-
Clay.
Yeah.
Clay effects.
So this is my dear friends Robert Keeley and Andy Timmons got together and made one of the best reverb pedals I've ever heard.
Shall we hear it?
Let's have a
Let's
listen.
hear it.
I've always wanted a plate reverb. I would hear them on these old recordings, and it's like, okay, that sounds gorgeous. I was chasing that sound from the digital side. I could never quite get that reverb quality. Hi, my name is Mike Dane. I'm the owner-operator of West Bay Audio here in Dallas, Texas. A buddy of mine who works in radio called me and said, hey man, there's a plate in an old radio station that I worked at, and they're about to tear the building down, so come grab it. So that was my first mono plate, and it blew my mind. The ambience and just the warmth and the presence. About 2 years later, my friend who works at Austin City Limits, she calls me and says, hey, we've moved the studio down the street and we have this old plate reverb. I noticed you had one. Do you want another one? It's a beautiful piece of history. Go look up who played on Austin City Limits. It starts with Willie and it goes from there. Andy had been talking about the Nocturne pedal that he was working on with Keeley, and he said they're also doing a plate.
It was without hesitation that, as soon as I thought, if Keeley's working on a plate, they need to come hear what Mike has in his studio. And so enter Mike and his plate knowledge of the magic that produces.
Every plate's going to sound different, but they...
Try not to cry. Try not to
It's
cry.
all right, you don't
Okay,
have to cry.
so
Every plate does sound
here it
different.
is. This is the Keeley Nocturne. And last year, I flew out to Oklahoma and I interviewed Robert, but I also helped them with the MIDI
Oh, cool.
on this, and got to hang out with my dear friend Andy, and heard this, and it was the idea behind it. You've got the halo delay that everyone knows, which is astonishing. What Andy wanted was that halo effect, but without the delay repeats.
Right.
And the way they've done it, it's the halo effect in here is a completely unique reverb. Never heard anything like it. It's amazing. But then the spring and plate just sound wild, especially the plate. I think for me is magic, which is modeled after the stereo plate from Austin City limits.
Yeah,
It's
wicked.
just great. But there you go. So that's the Nocturne. Massive congrats to Robert and Andy for getting this together, and it's such a beautiful thing. I filmed with it yesterday. Just killer, so killer. So yeah, it's been. I mean, and because we haven't done the show for a while, so we just sort of. There's been so many things released, but this is just a taste.
Yeah, we'll sink our teeth into them.
Yeah.
There is so many
worry.
things we're excited about, but this video would be about 9 hours long, I think, if we listed everything that we wanted to talk about.
Yeah. How are we doing, Lizzie?
Good, thank you.
Good.
Yes. We ready for some more questions?
Yeah,
Let's go.
Why not?
What's the best way to combine wet dry with? I just love when I can't read my writing. With, I think it's the same time stereo effects, e.g. reverb, delay without a switcher.
So the easiest way to do that is, depending on where you want to place the wet dry. So what we're talking about is a parallel signal path. And if you imagine your stereo effects are in parallel, the issue that you're going to have is if you want the wet dry before your stereo effects, you need to split beforehand, then place your mono wet effect on one side, and then out of that, then into the stereo in of the pedals, and then chain them up that way. So pick whatever side you want to use, and then you can place your mono effects in that part of the chain. And it does work. It works fine. The cool thing about the way it's done in G3, it means then, so I can have my phaser as part of a wet dry thing right at the end in the middle of a stereo path, or I can then next preset have it at the front of my overdrive and do the Van Halen thing.
It's very contextual though.
It is completely
So
contextual.
I feel like it's one of those cases where if you send us an email to support@thegigrig.com, we can run through your specific scenario and work out what would work best.
Yeah.
Because it is so specific.
It might be that all you want to do is have real chorus, which is the separation of vibrato and dry signal, and you could just grab one of the new vibrato pedals from what's the purple one that I love that's on my board that I can't Diamond, and stick it between your delay and reverb. If you're doing a stereo, stick it on one side of that.
Yeah, that's
and when
cool.
you kick that in, so
That's really
there's
cool.
a number of different ways to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And is there a way to make it that when power is applied to the wetter box, it is on? I'm sure it used to be like this, but now it's always off when I turn the power on.
I don't know, because it does you select the mode when you power up, don't you? So
yeah.
So it must. I think it always
It
powers up
powers on
bypass.
off.
I'm afraid.
So-
Sorry if you've got it hidden and it's annoying that you have to put your hand under and remember to turn it on. I've got a few pedals on my board. I have to do that, but I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah, you're
it
right.
powers off. It's the LED flashes to be like, do you want me in blue or red mode?
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. So
Sorry,
not at the moment, but I'll have a look. Have a look.
Have a gander.
I know a guy.
For Gen X, the last slots are for higher power pedals. Will they work for lower power analog pedals too?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
100%. So it's important to remember that when we talk about current, so here's the Gen X8, and we've got the 500 milliamps here, 1,000 milliamps here, but I can plug a 5 milliamp pedal into any of these slots, and it will work fine. The current is there to be drawn upon with what the pedal needs. The current is the thing that does the work, right? The voltage is the reservoir, if you will, but the current is the actual doing part. But it's not going to force itself. It will just, the pedal will take what it needs.
Too much current, not a problem. Too much voltage is a problem.
Exactly. So yeah, no problem. I'll plug a 5 milliamp pedal into any of these outputs and it won't be an issue. The issue is if you have a pedal that needs more current, say you've got a valve overdrive pedal that needs an amp and it's only getting half an amp, then it's not going to sound the way it should. It's not going to perform. And your power supply is giving it everything it's got. And then the efficiency of the supply is then reduced as well. So yeah, that's that one. Ding.
Ding.
If I can just do 2 more questions,
Yes.
and then we'll go to how to win.
Okay.
How do we?
I think we've been quite successful at saying, me not going, this is, right at the very start of the show.
If you had to choose between the Source Audio Collider and their new Encounter, what would you pick?
For me, I love the Encounter because it's a very creative take on the stuff, but there are some meat and potatoes delays that I need.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
And so, but
if you already had
my meat and potatoes delays
on with another pedal, then the Encounter would be
the
perfect.
Encounter. Yeah. And to be fair, so I'm using at the moment Timeline and the Otto machines, the BIM. And so for me personally, on my crazy board, absolutely the Encounter. But for a board like this, the Collider makes so much sense because it's everything that you need and they all sound magic.
Yeah, covers so much. It's such a small footprint.
Yep.
And then I think this will be the last one we can fit in for today. Does G3 support using an expression pedal to control pre-amplifier volume or parallel effects send depending on patch?
So it supports the pre because you can use the expression pedal to control the pre-gain and post-gain features. The what's the send one?
So I think they're asking whether there's a volume control on the send of the parallel signal, but obviously it's passive, so there isn't like a volume control on that split.
So that's one thing to remember is that G3 is passive. There are no filters, no capacitors on the loops, nothing like that. It is just pure straight through. So, which is why vintage fuzzers and those things sound amazing in G3. But what you can do if you really need an expression pedal control over a send in one of the loops, you can stick a more or less in there, and it has expression pedal and CV control, and you can do it that way. That will work very nicely.
Naughty.
Nice. All right. So where are we?
How do we win?
Are we
Tell me,
there?
Dan. Tell me now.
Right.
Sir, I cannot
really
wait
simple.
much longer.
Really simple. All you need to do is go into the description of this video or the description of the board build video, or there's 3 videos, and we'll put in the description of in the weeks to come of all the Gigs and Rigs shows. It goes to there's a little link to a place called Gleam. All you need to do when you click on that link is make sure you're signed up to our newsletter and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. And then once that's done, you'll be in the draw
In the Gleam
for this.
pot.
So we are looking at drawing on, I think it's Thursday the 11th of February.
Not Wednesday then. Because
No,
we
no.
do these on a Wednesday now. But
I understand, but we need to give whoever wins it, we need to give them 5 days.
I see. Okay.
I need to contact
This is
them
me winding my neck in.
and give them 5 days to contact so that we can say, hey. So
Imagine everyone make sure they use a live email, because that would be devastating.
It would, wouldn't it?
That would be
find that in your junk in about 4 years' time. That'd be very sad.
On behalf of people that might happen to.
So if you look at the description of the video of the live stream that you're watching now, in there is a link that goes to the Gleam, and you can click on that
whole time.
and it'll be. It hasn't actually. It's only just gone up like half an hour before this thing, and that's all you got to do.
Ta-da!
And
There
then
you go.
on the 11th, we're going to do a draw, and we're going.
What are we going to draw?
We're going to just
Draw the winner.
great
We're
thing
going to
about
draw
the
the
great thing
picture
about the
of
Gleam is
the-
it does it randomly, but it checks that you are subscribed
Yeah,
to the
Right.
channel, this channel, and you sign up to the newsletter.
So you think you're clever
That's
and
it.
you only do one of them. You're not getting it. Gleam's on you.
You got it. Yeah,
Gleam's on ya.
you got to be.
Them's the rules.
Yeah, them's the rules, and that's it. And obviously, this is a really big deal, and it's worth a lot of money, and it's audio quality. It's as good as you're going to get. It's a superb thing, but I'll find a couple of other things to throw in the mix and say, hey,
Hey, it's some
you're
things.
exactly. Brilliant. How are we doing? Are we 5? We're
Just
nearly
before
there.
we're-
Just before, should we
We're
take...
nearly there. Okay, I want to do one last thing.
Ooh,
just really quickly.
One more thing.
Talking about the Gigs and Rigs show, we did the rig for Colin Greenwood and Ed O'Brien from Radiohead last year. Anyone that got to see Radiohead it was just the best thing. I mean, I got to see Oasis last year as well, and that was amazing, but for a different reason. But the Oasis gig is something that I'll never forget. And if you can just play a little bit of that, I'll put a video up of the build for Oasis. But yeah, just at the end here.
Moment, going to see one of my favorite bands live again, who's been so long. But also knowing that we had some small part to play was a really amazing feeling, a great way to cap off a great year. And of course they come on and they were just sensational. Everything, the sound, the set list, the tones, man, it was just unreal. And I've got to say, Ed had these heroic guitar sounds. And it was beautiful seeing the amps that he was using, the Hiwatt and the Lazy J, the way they complemented each other. There was so much detail, but there was character. So when Ed needed to be subtle and delicate, you could still hear everything. But then when he kicked in the big tones, it was really quite awesome.
So it's just a magical thing, and seeing the three pedalboards working together. That was. I mean, what was your favorite gig of last year?
That's a really good question.
I'd have to say Download. Because we played
Yeah.
Download this
Yeah.
You played Download,
playing
didn't you?
playing download and
Download.
then being
Download.
on the download and then being at download as well
Yeah.
That was
ridiculous.
completely
Who
unreal.
was mind blown at Weezer? I remember being like jaw on the
Yeah.
floor to Weezer.
I was going to go in a completely different direction and say I saw Lady Gaga.
Oh,
And it was actually incredible. Live musicians, the whole thing was
amazing.
so amazing.
Yeah,
like,
amazing.
All of them were
have
incredible.
you seen that Taylor Swift documentary?
I haven't.
I
So
haven't yet.
she still has the same band from when she was,
Yeah, that-
and they're like part of a family. It's really, really
Yeah.
sweet. But anyway, it was amazing. I'd love to hear what your favorite gig was and things to look out for. So there we go. That was the Gigs and Rigs show. We are back. Thank you all so much for joining us every Wednesday, 4 p.m. Sign up to win this thing.
It'd be silly not to.
Quick
It would
one.
be silly not to.
Can you only sign up once? I'm assuming.
You can only sign up
Yeah.
once.
We'll know.
Yeah.
We'll know if you make a fake
Yeah.
account.
Gleam.
Gleam will say
John
no.
Smith and then John Smith 1 and then John Smith 2.
Yeah,
We'll know.
brilliant. Okay. Thank you all so much. Have a fantastic week, and we will see you next week for episode 2.
See
Goodbye.
ya.
It's the middle part of that build video. It's still got me.